Good morning guys, and welcome to Central Bedfordshire, specifically here back at ZSL Whipsnade Zoo. Rachel's disappeared to go and get some warm caffeinated beverages as we start. Find ourselves behind the tiger enclosures. The tigers at the moment are resting. They will be out further into the spring later on in March. But the sun is up, that unusual orangey globy thing in the sky, which we haven't seen for a heck of a long time. It's been miserable, it's been dull, but it's mild. The sun, as I said, is up. There's a few clouds. It's a little bit chilly in places, more over the back where you've got the drop and it just sort of goes off to a landscape over the Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire, but the rest of it is really pleasant. So let's go and have a great day. This may appear strange to some of you out there, but there's this really low line of cloud which you don't generally see. I think it might be something about the temperature above and below has trapped this single area of cloud at a low level. It's almost like fog, but it's not. An unusual phenomenon. If anybody knows what that's all about, let us know in the comments, but I've certainly never seen it. That is Astridge at the back behind the low cloud, and we're at the furthest point around the side from where the lion is chalked out on the hill here at Whipsnade. Couple of either, I think they're blessocks or gem socks. They're part of the gazelle family. I wonder if I actually knew they went on to be famous and make decent trainers for guys. Good morning, how are you? Here we have at the background young Wilbur. This is his family. Wilbur is now probably 18 months old. You might just see him in the background. There you go. This is the smaller of the giraffes. All of them will grow to be about a height of 14 to 16 feet. And they're sort of not confined in their pen. There probably is another way around, but it is boggy out there. As you see, we've had a plethora of rain over the last month or so. And these guys certainly don't want to get stuck out there. They carry an element of weight about them, although they are quite dainty and elegant. There's young Wilbur there coming over, and they are mostly interested in these branches here and what surrounds them. It's like a moss called lichen, and it's like a fine delicacy for them. And generally very shy, timid creatures, but they're getting used to us all the time. Really is the luck of the draw with the animals here at the zoo. What you're going to see, summertime this is all covered over so you can't see anything, but when you got winter into spring and the foliage hasn't quite come through, your wild African hunting dogs are on full display. There used to be 7 of them, but now I think we're down to just the 2. Well, 100 years in waiting, Topar, 100 years, 100 days should I say, Topar has ended and our bears are awake and alert and playful. All about probably 18 months to 2 years old now. And they're out to explore, play, fight, and it's brilliant to see. They certainly add something to Whipsnade. The bears appear to have got themselves packed lunches. Little hampers, cardboard boxes full of probably peanut butter, berries, maybe fish, bit of protein, bit of vegetable, and they just gnaw their way through it. I can see the keepers throwing it over the fence to them in the background. It's just good to see them out again. A little catch up with our friends the elephants, who seem to be covering themselves in grass and moss. Probably experienced their first bit of sun of the year. Little baby Nang there, probably with Donna, her mum, who is getting herself some straw or hay from the bale at the above. And then I'd imagine you've got Luca in there, Kaylee. Said many times before, this paddock is just a temporary measure, just until their foraging area, the paddock, the grass areas grow, where their pads sink in and tear it all up. Otherwise it's just a complete quagmire. So probably give them about another 2 or 3 weeks and expect them to see them out there hunting for food and snacks. As we are coming up to the end of the current half term, it's a symbol that the train is back, probably for the spring and summer season. Your single track locomotive that runs around, ZSL Whipsnade, gives you a different perspective, a different view. It's not the most comfortable of rides, is a slightly additional fee, but it's kind of worth it, it really is. For now, Zar, the last remaining of the original 3 cubs here in the tiger enclosure, is sort of not in a hibernation, but he's having a bit of a rest behind the scenes over the back. And in the meantime, they have built him and his future mate an activity centre, a climbing frame, which looks like he's got slides, etc. So that'd be pretty cool when spring gets here. Starting to form up over the back there, you can see the walkway taking shape, goes all the way through here. It's like a monkey expedition. So I'm not sure what sort of monkeys, whether it be monkeys, it'd be also gibbons, etc. They'll be in their little habitats in between, and you'll walk from here all the way around to where the sloth bears used to be. So it's something to look forward to when it's open. I know my mate Adventures of Paul, he really does love his primates, so he will certainly be here. That paddock there, although I can't see them at the moment, is usually where you would find the yaks, like a Himalayan type cow. I think I can see some of the back of their pen over there. Really scruffy looking cows, basically, with long hair. The car park has been in such a state because of all the torrential rain that we've had, that filled up, and by the time we got here they just turned around and said, come and park your car in the park. So that gives us the opportunity, if we fancy it later, to go on the little mini safari over the back there. I've never actually filmed that, so that's a possibility. It is great to see the flamingos out, but there are some characters that I'm really looking forward to which I've seen online have started to make an appearance, and that is of course the European brown bears. They kind of want to be out of public sight, so your cheetahs are in a little in-between paddock gangway taking refuge. Prime example right there of how the animals can hide out of sight of us humans. That is the viewing gallery over there, the glass sort of perimeter, and both our felines, our female lions, are sitting here out of view on the bank. Pretty crafty. I guess they just get fed up of being in plain sight all the time, want that little bit of privacy. There is a young male in there with them, and at some point they will breed, and then you have the little pitty patter of poor cubs, and then all hell will break loose. Our hardy rhinos over the back there, the white rhinos. You notice how they get a bit skittish. Very timid, but very easily provoked to jump up and charge. Generally each other, as you can see. Or whether that's something spooked them, or whether that's the females against the male again, because he can be a bit of a randy bugger. And they'll sort of form like a battle square so he can't corner one of them. And I'd turn around and say they're a good, probably nearly 200 metres away from me. You get a real close up of these guys right here. Someone having a good scratch.
Did you bring a jacket or not?
No, take those out.
It's clear as
Yeah, look, this is sitting right there.
We're pretty much resting up after a day's play. Should have had 100 days sleep, and all they want to do is rest after. These breed are slightly smaller than your Canadian, North American bears. They're known as European brown bears. Found throughout the northern part of the continent, specifically parts of Germany, Scandinavia, Romania, etc. And all these would have been orphaned, and they come here all as little cubs last year. But they're growing up pretty strong. It's a family of Asian short claw otters. That there is a gore, the mightiest of all your cattle. They are huge. Again, very placid creature. It's quite happily standing there eating the cuds. Right guys, that will do it for today. Thank you very much for joining us. The weather's not been too bad. The plus point was the bears were awake. They were running around to start off with. When I went back to them later, unfortunately they tired and wanted a bit of a nap. But yeah, I think as we go into the springtime, it's looking good for a great season up here at the zoo. The tiger enclosure with its new climbing frame, etc. And then of course you've got the new monkey exhibit coming along. So look forward to seeing that in future vlogs from here. Not sure what we've got coming up next week or what I'm doing during the week itself. I'm probably doing some sort of abandoned urbex or something with Adventures of Paul. So anyhow guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you in the movies. Bye for now.